Hi, we want to do this video, part 2 of our sheet metal uh, in Inventor. So the first thing we need to do here, we want to create a new part. We're going to use the punch, uh, the sheet metal punch feature here. So we'll go and open a new part. Go sheet metal, create. Now once we're in here, we want to go and just like we did before, we want to do a 2D sketch. Select the XYZ plane, XZ plane, and here we want to do a rectangular 2-point center, and we'll just make this 4 by 4. So this dimension is 4. Okay, this out. We'll dimension this one 4 as well, and then we'll go and we'll finish our sketch. Zoom all, and then we want to make a face, a sheet metal face, and we'll accept the defaults. So there's our sheet metal face. Now the next thing we want to go is to our Manage tab, and we'll select parameters on the ribbon. Now the parameter dialog box appears, and we'll select in this column, and we'll go over here and we'll say Add Numeric. For our numeric, we'll say diameter, and then we want our units will be inches, which is okay, defaults there. Now this equation or this value right here would be 0.04, and we'll go enter. Then we'll add another numeric here, and this will be our length. And we'll go and we'll say okay. And the length we'll have will be 0.12. We'll say enter and done. Now we'll click on the 2D sketch on this sketch here, and we'll go create 2D sketch. And here on the ribbon, we want to go sketch curve rectangular drop down. So we go sketch curve slot center to center, and we'll just make a slot here. We do a point here and go horizontally across, and then we'll go up that point right there. Now next we'll click on the constraint dimension here and select this arc and double click it or click it, and then that's it, list parameters, and we'll say diameter. So there's our diameter we just set. Next we'll do constraint dimension again here, our edit dimension, go to our list parameters, and this will be the length we just created. So now there's our slot. Now we want to click on the point button in the create panel, and this will be our point, the center point right here. And then we'll click finish sketch. Now next we will go into our sheet metal cut, and we'll go at the defaults here. Okay. So there's our cut. Now next what we want to do here, we want to go into our Manage tab, and we want to click on the author extract eye feature. Now on the type sheet metal eye feature, we want to select the cut feature model geometry from the browser. The parameters of the cut feature apply to the extract eye feature. Okay, so what we want to do here is we want to select sheet metal punch eye feature. And then we want to select the geometry here. We want to select this. And now here we have different size parameters. So let's set the limit for diameter. So we'll just select here, select diameter, and we'll pull down here, and here we want to select range for diameter. And this will appear, this box will appear, and we want to just say OK here. And now for length, we want to set our length to value list. And here, we want to click here and add these values. So for value, we want to start off with 0.02. Just follow along with me here, guys. Let's backspace that. I just go 0.2 inches. Yep. And the next value will be 0.25. Click. And the next value will be 0.3. Next one will be 0.35. This will be 0.4. And then we'll take this one more to 0.45. And we'll click OK. Okay, now we want to set the limit for the thickness value to range. So the thickness, the limit value here will be range. And we'll get this little dialog box here. And we want to click here. We want to set this value here to 0.02. And click OK. Now, next we want to click this Select Sketch tab here. Okay. And then we want to go here and we want to do a save. Now the Save As dialog box will appear when you do that. And we want to browse to punches. And here we want to name this custom slot. So what we're doing, we made a slot, but all of these other punches here are ones that you can have already in the program. But we want to create our own custom slot. So we want to call this custom slot. I already did it, so I'm gonna just right here, and then I'm gonna just save it. And yeah, I want to overwrite it. Yes. Okay, now let's go into our other drawing here. And now we want to create the punch feature. So we want to start a sketch on the top face here. Okay, now we want to go to, on the ribbon, we want to click Sketch Create Point. And and we'll place a point just anywhere here. We can put it here, and then let's dimension it. Let's go 4 from here to here. Let's make this 4, and then dimension from here to here. This will be 4 as well. And then we'll click Finish Sketch. So now we have our, now to create the punch, click Sheet Metal Modified Punch Tool, Sheet Metal Modified Punch Tool, and then we'll go, this dialog box will appear. And we'll go until we'll find that custom slot we made. And now here, now here we've got different things we can do here. So for this one, we want to set the length to 0.45. So we'll go to Size panel, and the length will be let's see how we're going to do this. Set the length to 0.45 here. And then our diameter would be 0.1. And then now for the rotation or orientation of this thing, you can go to Geometry here, because I think we want it to rotate the other way. I think. Yes. So in Geometry, we'll select Geometry, and we can rotate this to any angle. So I'm going to go at 90, just rotate at 90 degrees. And then let's do a preview here. Okay. Go back to Size. So we're all good there. So we've got our slot here now. Let's click Finish. And that's how you create our slot and you place it in. Now let's create a rectangular pattern here. So let's click Sheet Metal again, and we'll go with our rectangular pattern. And the dialog box will appear, and we'll select this point here. We've got that point selected. And then we want to click on this edge right here. And we cancel that. Now we're going to create a rectangular pattern. So let's go in the rectangular pattern again. We want to have, let's see, solid pattern selected. Yep. And we want to pick this guy here. We'll cancel that out for a second. I want to make sure we're going right here. So, Sheet Metal rectangular pattern. Okay, now we want to click Direction 1 here, and then we want to select this edge right here. Now we want to have the spacing drop down here, and right here we want to make this 5. Okay, and then the distance is, oh, I think we did something wrong here. I want to go back for a second. Y'all bear with me, please. Yes, we don't have it selected, so I want to cancel that. And this time what we need to do is we just go to this one more time, otherwise I might have to cut this one short. So what we do here is go with, we want to select the slot feature. We want to create our rectangular pattern and select the slot. Okay, that's what we didn't do, sorry. Now, we want to click on direction 1 here, select this guy in the direction 1 dialog box, and then we want to select this edge right here. Okay, now once we have that selected, we want to go in our, this is what we call the column count. We'll make this 5. And then here below, this distance will be 06. Okay, now let's click direction 2. And our direction 2, we'll select this edge right here. And we'll go and do our flip and place those right in that direction. Now we'll select the spacing drop down here, direction that will be 2. And our count here will be 2. So we got our column and our span. This is our column, this is our span, and this will be 2. And we'll click OK. So there we have our pattern. Okay, now we want to create a bend feature. Okay, so now what we do here is we want to go and create a plane parallel to the face of the flange feature. So to do that, we want to go with right here, plane. Wait a second, let's go plane offset from face. So we'll select this one, and we'll get us a distance of, make this 6.3. Okay, so we have our new plane here. Now we want to select it. We want to create a sketch on this new plane we created. So we're on that plane. So what we're going to do is we're going to create a sketch here. So let's go with a 2-center rectangular. And let's just put it right. Let's put it right out here somewhere. And then we need to measure this, dimension this into place. So let's go from here to this edge. This will be 0.400. And then from the top, this will be 1.380. And this one here, let's make this 1.2. And this distance from here to here, this will be 0.8. And there we have them all done, I think. So yeah, we've got them all in. So let's go finish sketch. Now we want to create You want to click on the sheet metal, create a face, and I think we can accept these defaults once again. Okay, now we want to do here is we want to create a bend feature here. So let's go create. We want to go sheet metal, create bend. So we go here with our bend, and then we'll select this edge and this edge. And we want to make sure this is selected bend extension, and we'll click OK. So now for this reference plane, this plane we got here, we can just right click and hide it in our visibility. And there's our bend feature. So now we want to apply a round corner. So to apply a round corner, let's click sheet metal, modify corner round. Right here. Now for this distance, this value, we want to make it as just 0.02 here. And then we want to select feature. So what we do here, we'll just go ahead and we'll select this and click apply. Okay. Now, that should have been okay. Now we want to create countersink holes for this side here. So we want to go click on sheet metal, modify hole. Now right here, we need to set the placement that's concentric and set the hole type to countersink. Okay, so here, let's see what we got here. So we have all these different values and settings here. So this is our countersink, which is defaulted to, which is good. Now here, let's change this value to this 0.02. This is 90. So this all looks good in here. So I'm going to just click the face of the flange just right here, anywhere. And then I want to select this corner. Okay. And then I'll come down to this corner right here. And there's my holes. And then we'll click OK. So let's see where we are, folks. So now we have that. Now let's create a hem feature. To create the hem feature, we want to click sheet metal, create hem. So we go to sheet metal, create hem. Right there. And to do that, we need to select, we need to get under here a little bit. Uh-oh, sorry about that. Let's go back to home view. We need to select this edge, or we can pick it up. We need to select this say here. We want to have this set as single, yep, and then we want to have, let's select this edge right here. Should come highlight, there it is. And then we'll leave all the defaults here, and we'll say okay. And so there's our hem feature. So let's make this full view so we can see everything going on. So there's you go, there's our view, our hem. So next we want to mirror everything. So let's go and click on mirror. So we have a mirror on, and we want to click this little double arrow here, and we want to make sure identical is selected, which we have. And now we want to select all these features in the project browser that we want to mirror across. So let's go and select, let's see, what do we want out here? We want our flange. We want our this feature here. We want our rectangular pattern. Yep. We want our face 2. We want our bin 4. We want our corner round. We want those. We want our hole and our hem. So once we have that selected, we want to click Origin XYZ button here. Origin YZ button on the dialog box. And it's mirrored everything over. We get everything, and we'll say OK. So there you have it. That's our feature here, our box that we did in sheet metal. Rivet. We learned several new things. We did the hem and the bend feature and the punch holes. So hey guys, I'm going to continue this later on. We're going to look at creating a flat pattern and setting up a sheet for this in the early next exercise. So if you like, or maybe we can run through that now. But no, I'm going to just leave it here, and thank you for watching, and please subscribe to this channel if you like this. Talk to you later at another time, and we'll pick this up part 3. Bye, and be safe, everybody.